it just went live on my screen.
What the
I
hell?
was I was
Yo,
messed up.
reintro that. Reintro.
Reintro.
Yeah.
All right, bet. All right
Uh,
now.
s- yeah.
Hey, what's the deal? It's your boy Power Play Bobby. I'm the owner and producer of Scrunch Money,
My
the
bad.
hardest white dog in the game, man. We're located in Johnstown, PA, right outside of Pittsburgh. You know what I'm saying? Our goal and our mission is to bring you the bulls you didn't know you needed and that the world really needs right now. Uh, been breeding for almost a solid 6 years now, but been into the bulls way before that. You know what I mean? Hitting shows and everything before I dropped my first litter. So
Okay, okay. Okay, so since we on that, so question, what's the first like bloods that you started with?
So for me, because so the first female I picked up, she is a gummy bear daughter. She's off a gummy bear to, of course, bully camp line blood. You know what I mean? I think we all got that shit somewhere in our line. But she's off a gummy bear to a Trey daughter, bully camp Trey daughter. Um, that was the first blood that I purchased. Um, right after that, immediately after, I instantly went into the paintball blood, paintball devil spit. You know what I mean? Devil spit's the dog that got me really wanting to do the exotics and the freakier style. Um, but so that was really all my first blood consisted of was gummy bear, bully camp line, paintball, and devil spit. But paintball baked some, so that all tied in together because I had to bake too. But that's all tied in.
Okay, okay. You before we was talking about, you said you did your first breeding right out of the hospital. Go back from there, boom, boom, bang. How you get that?
So I dropped my first litter the night I got out of the hospital. I did the breeding, and then like 2, 3 weeks after I did the breeding, I just fucked up. You know what I mean? Go to the hospital, collapsed lung, tell me I got cancer, stage 4 cancer. I'm in the hospital for a while, and bro, something just told me like my peoples was doing everything for me. Bro, my shorty and my little peoples was holding it the fuck down. I'm talking about, bro. They hitting the vet appointments. They confirmed the dog. They confirmed her. Then they go get the X-ray to see what she having. Bro, everything was just going smooth, and but she wouldn't have the puppies like she was supposed to be due. Didn't pop them. I come home and they like, yo, da da da. I'm like, man, fuck that, bro. I'm not thinking about myself at this time. You feel me? I'm all fucked up. I come home after a month, some change in the hospital, bro. As soon as I get to the crib, she just start like, you know what I mean? Oh, it's time.
She was waiting for
That
you.
that yeah. So I'll probably say like I was home for about 5 hours, and she popped out the first one, and then she had them overnight. She gave us a nice litter, natural birth. Yeah, I mean she's a 14.5 inch dog. Gave me a nice natural birth, no issues. Everything was nice and smooth. You know, what I mean, I had a beautiful 7 piece off of that. Six boys, one girl was how my first litter went.
Okay, okay. But back it up a little bit though. When you found out that you say you went into the hospital all messed up, and then found out you had cancer. Like, how did you know what I mean? You're pretty young, dude. Like, how did you wrap that around your head and like, damn, you know what I mean?
Well, I was 26 at the time I got diagnosed. I laughed. You know what I mean? It ain't nothing much you could do. What I'm gonna do? I ain't gonna cry about it. I ain't gonna be angry about it. So I laughed about it because shit. At the end of the day, man, we got one life to live, and you gotta live that bitch to the full. Excuse my language, but that's just the raw reality of the situation. So, I mean, I wrapped my head around it pretty smoothly. Like I had stuff to live for, so not fighting wasn't an option. So I got in the fight like I always do, and I laced up and got ready for another war, and I succeeded. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
been a long road. I just right now I'm officially what? I'm officially a little over. I think I'm about almost 2 years officially cancer free. You know what I mean? Where the levels is low enough to where they're not detectable in me, but they're still floating around. But we all got a little bit of that up in us, so ain't
Yes,
nothing
sir.
special.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yo, listen, man. You know what I mean? See, you a fighter, you a fighter in even the dog game, so that ain't gonna stop you. And you know what I mean? I
Yeah,
like how you
no,
kept
not
your
at
courage
all.
up and keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I like your approach, how you approached it. You know what I'm saying? Like
For
me, I
sure.
got no experience with that, but if say, you know what I mean, life is what it is. I would like to approach it if something like that happened to me, but you know what I mean, you're a very strong dude for that. So hats off, you know what I mean. But
Appreciate that.
okay, so once you came home, did what you did, and that breathing on on the ground, what was the plan? Because what was it? How did you make those dogs work for you? Like, how do you put them in your plan to make it go forward?
So, excuse me.
Mhm.
I'm glad you asked that about that breeding because a lot of people don't. And the thing with that is that's where I realized you have to make you got one or two options. You either breed for what the people want or you breed for what you know is right or and feel for your program. And in that situation, my female was supposed to go to three other studs, you know what I mean? And like I said, this is my first breeding. I seen a lot of dogs that I like, but I knew what I wanted to do. So when I did that breeding, it really kicked it into a gear where I got the dogs that I wanted at that time. Like I felt like, okay, if I put this together and this together, I know what I'm going to get, and I got that. So it boosted my confidence and it helped because right now I have the the last dog I produced is the great granddaughter of the first dog I bought. You know what I mean? So that blood still runs heavy in my yard. I have crazy productions off of that blood, and it played beautifully into my program because if I wouldn't have went that route, I wouldn't have what I have right now. I wouldn't be able to offer it to people.
Okay, so because my next question was like you said, what do people want and what do you want for yourself? So it's like, was that what you exactly wanted, and that's the route
Um,
that you went?
at the time, you gotta figure it's almost 6 years ago. So yeah, for sure. Um, I went to a show a year before I did the breeding, the Wow Factor, actually my first Wow Factor first show. Because I always felt like, oh, you can't go to a show if you don't have a dog. Side note, that is not true. If you don't have a dog, that is some of the best time to go to a show because you really can focus on what you want to see.
See,
So take it from me, go to them shows, even if you don't have a dog that you're comfortable popping out yet, even if you feel like, oh, I don't have something yet, make sure you're out there because you get to see the people, you get to see what the people are talking about, and you get to put your hands on these dogs. I'm not going to make it seem like you need to be at a million shows, but go to the ones that counts. You could say, "Oh, how do I know what counts?" Go out there, look, and people will talk about the ones that count. You know what I mean? So that's a definite. But
yeah, I want to make way on that too. You said go to the shows if you ain't got nothing. Like me, I was like, I still ain't got nothing to show to bring to the shows, right? I'm on
mm,
like I got production on the ground now that I got potentially show quality. But me personally, I was like I didn't want to show up to a show. So me, what I did, I know to take pictures. So I take the camera. So that's how I got close to a lot of those dogs. Start putting their hands on. You know what I mean? So just to say, I didn't just want to show up with nothing to looking at. Like you know what I mean?
yeah.
So I just show up with a camera, man. And I just love taking pictures now. So you know what I
And you
mean?
know what? That's funny because a lot of people, I know a lot of people who came in the door that way. Even people who don't do pictures, like literally, they came in with a camera and were taking pictures of people's dogs. And it, like, all right, I'm gonna give you a prime example. And this is just because this is how important it is for you to go to these shows and get out there and get noticed, right? I have a friend. He goes to the show, does a recap video because he did a good recap video of the person's dog. It wasn't even necessarily a good recap video of the show, but because of the angles he took of China Boy, Eddie booked him.
Mhm.
He brings him out to Magic City in Atlanta. Okay, bro, or whatever those famous strip club out there is. Never been, but I want to go. Got to figure the name out. Okay, he goes out here, right? He records the dog in the club. He gets plugged in with the dude at the club. Next thing you know, bro, he's recording Rick Ross, Sada Baby, Rod Wave, people like that, just from that show. You know what I mean? Like that's how big you have opportunities to grow. I'm gonna keep it. I didn't elaborate the whole story, but just know he came to that show and it opened all those opportunities because of one dog that he took a good video of. So just remember that. You feel me? You could open more doors than you expect whenever you pop out to these shows.
And that's why
But
we having these conversations. You know what I'm saying? That's the reason we're having these conversations. So you know what I mean. Real shout out to Bobby to drop that
yeah,
gem right there. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So
So
cause I noticed too, man. Bobby's kind of he's everywhere.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's
Bobby's
a lot
everywhere.
of years in the making, bro. Like I said, you asked me. You said was I breeding for that? And bro, yeah. And that's what literally boosted me because see, people don't success happens overnight. I don't care who you ask, it literally happens in a blink of an eye. It happens overnight. Right? Whenever they say it don't happen overnight, is because the hard work it takes leading up to it. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? Like you're gonna have everybody's time frame is different for the hard work they put in. Mine just happened to be 4 years. You know what I mean? So for around no around 3 years, 3 4 years, I've been putting in hard work, traveling everywhere, putting in a lot of time, and um, eventually overnight, I woke up one morning and it was like, holy shit. You know what I mean? Like that's how it happens. Like you wake up and you're just everywhere, and you're like, oh wow, that's different than what I'm used to. What happened? So it
Yeah.
does happen overnight, but it takes years to build it up. You know what I mean? But at the time I had these dogs 6 years ago, I was coming out, I was sweeping, I was winning. But the thing I will say that killed my downfall was at the time where I produced an all around dog, that's whenever people were getting to a crazy like phase of, oh, my dog looks like a puppy still, or this or that. So it didn't make me have to like reroute some of what I did. Hell yeah, for sure. Did I full heartedly embrace the change? Hell no.
Hmm.
Um, so I stayed true to myself, and it worked out for me. I could have did what everybody else did at the time, but then I'll be one of those people who got a bunch of dogs that I need to fix problems on instead of dogs that I could just maneuver with.
Yeah, that's what's up. That's what's up. Makes sense. Makes sense. So you would say you wasn't in a rush, but you just started out with the right dogs to get where you at then, basically.
Yeah, I didn't rush the process. Um, a lot of times in today's breeding world, people rush the process. Yeah, I mean, studs are getting considered studs because they have a pair of balls, and that's just not what it is. I remember a time whenever you would say it was people took pride in the type of things they produced. You know what I mean? And that goes for a lot of breeds. People took real pride in that. And now whenever I came in, like you said, I dropped my first litter right before COVID.
Mhm.
So literally, um, I had my puppies and everything, and then probably like I would say like 2 months later. Nah, yeah, I was. I went through the whole thing when COVID hit. Yeah, actually, because I did the breeding and did all that, and then boom, that's whenever the COVID stuff had hit. Because when I went to the hospital, nobody could be with me, and it was weird. But they were like, "Oh, it's because of this." So yeah, I definitely came in and I dropped my first litter during the COVID time, but I wasn't a COVID breeder. I
Yeah,
didn't
yeah.
buy my dogs during that time. I already had my dogs, spent the money, was going out like when I was going to shows, you had people in there that really did dogs. Like there was nobody you couldn't ask somebody and be like, oh, who? I was like the freshest person in the building. Like literally, these people are all going off, and it wasn't like the shows you see today where people are like, oh, da 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 da. Like no, when I see people hype on a table, it was somebody on a table with 4 to 7 dogs, all litter mates, and they
Mm.
all looked insane, and they were all owned by different people. You know what I mean? Like these puppies haven't seen each other for a year, year and a half, and when you come to one of the only shows at the time, the wow factor, you had these dogs there, and it's like
Mm.
holy shit! Like you got Raymond Williams, boy Damage, and his litter mates, And bro, them dogs were at that time. That's whenever one of the craziest colors you had were the blue bulls. You know what I mean? They were coming out smacking everything, and bro, that whole litter, females, males, that was like that was a holy shit. That was a wow factor litter. That was like I came in during that time. You know what I mean? But dropped my first litter during the COVID era for sure. So that was a crazy, crazy time.
But
I remember.
just to put a differentiate, like if you had the plan in before even COVID, you're not a COVID breeder. You just have to have some puppies in COVID time.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
the COVID breeders, not to go off subject and stuff, but the COVID breeders are literally a group of people who seen felt like it's not even breeders, it's the COVID era. The COVID era gave people who never had an opportunity to have a come up an opportunity, and that's what people took it as. You know what I mean? Everybody took it as a hustle, a gimmick. Nobody took it serious and said, well, you could actually I can't say that because you had the people who did. Like you had people that used that COVID money might have did the ones and twos, and they ended up grabbing a dog that made a very big difference for them in the community. But then you had the people that were like, "Fuck it, I know I could sell this dog for 3, 4K." Tell them that they can make money, and I can do that with a whole litter of puppies, and it turned out like that, and that just doesn't happen. You know what I mean? So,
But quick question though. You think that the COVID time when all these news breeders was coming in, like you think that hurt, like they hurt the community at that time, or it just opened up more eyes on the community? Like what do you think?
um, well, shit. I could say both, but in all reality, if you look at the numbers, it hurt it. It shot it down. It gave people it stopped going from what dogs do you have to how much money you have. Whenever that happened, that's whenever it became knocked out to the community. It definitely hurt it and hindered it um way more than if it wouldn't have happened. You know what I mean? It didn't help as much. It put people feel like oh it put money into the community. It didn't because excuse me, this isn't a community where the money generates. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? Like you have to be honest and realistic with yourself. Like how many of these people do you see? You could go spend 10, $20,000 with them. That money doesn't recycle back to you. It doesn't recycle throughout the community. That literally goes towards whatever them people wanted to go. So if people try to say use that as an excuse, oh, it put a lot of money into the game and made people start spending. No, it didn't. It killed the value of what was valuable. If I could go get um whenever that COVID stuff was happening, you had people that were selling dogs for 2,500, 3K, and now all of a sudden, because people had the money and were coming in and spending it, every dog was 5, 10K. That
Hmm.
killed the market because now you got last picks going for first pick money, and it literally killed people. Like it took a lot of good investors away. There were people that literally invested, got bullshit, and said, you know what, this ain't for me. That could have made a difference in the community. So it killed it. I don't have any reason why it helped because everything has a counter that I could counter with for a negative.
But quick question: you think that the community is on an uprise again, or is kind of stagnant, like it's going up, or you're not sure? Like what's your view on that?
Um, I think it's on a rise. I don't think it's been stagnant. I think that I think it seems stagnant because how overcrowded it is. But it's just like whenever you get anything going on, the officialness. I don't want to say the real will prevail. The but that's basically the term it is. Like, there's a bunch of companies that sell tires. That don't mean you know everyone. You know what I
That's
mean?
facts. That's facts. That's facts. Uh, no, because when I have these conversations with other breeders, they like it's not like we don't see it, like people getting stuck with old litters and all of that. Like we see that every day. You know what I mean? Because if you have a if you have a one advice like for a new breeder coming into the bully community right now, especially even in the exotics, what would the word you would even give them? You would encourage them, or like how would you go about that?
If I have a word of advice, I would say ask yourself, are you really ready? You know what I mean? Ask yourself the way you would for any serious choice that you make in life. You're not putting a couple dollars into a stock option, and if it goes bad, you're just like, all right, I could try to recoup it. These are living, breathing animals, beings that they need care 24/7, regardless if they don't make the money that you thought you would make. Regardless if they don't turn out how you thought they would turn out, you still have to understand that point of view. You know, um, my second biggest piece of advice I could give to a new breeder is if you're getting in this game, stick to who you want to do business with. Gravitate towards those people. You know what I mean? Don't go buy a dog for cheap, or for a deal from somebody and then call the person that you really want dogs off of or dogs like and ask them their advice. It's disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? So in order to eliminate all of that, go where you want to go from the start. Invest the best way. You know what I'm saying? Your first impression is your best impression.
Most definitely, most definitely. So since we go there, because I know people that really do like do that. Like you buy a dog from one breeder, then go to the other breeder and ask him, "Hey, what do you think about this dog? What do you think I should do?"
Hmm.
Like what I'm saying, like that man, like that cam didn't invest in you didn't invest in that cam. So when you're looking for, you know what I mean, when you're looking for all of that knowledge now, and now you have the dog. You know what I mean? It's very disrespectful when you're reaching out to somebody else about that. 'Cause you
Right.
never invest in him, so why you should invest in you? You know what I mean? But question: what do you think about mentors? You think we need mentors in this community? Like, does mentor really work out? What's your views? Is it
Yeah,
important?
we need mentors. We need real people in this community, that have the knowledge, that have the ability to step up and show the newer generation the do's and the don'ts. Everything has become such a money grab with these dogs to where you don't have people that are comfortable doing it anymore. Um, the ones that I know of have kind of like faded back, but are coming to the scene to try to help clear it up again. And mentors are very important in anything you do. Yeah, I mean, people always came before us with anything, and if we don't have that mentorship, we have to try to learn on our own. And learning on your own isn't always the best. You know what I mean, you make a lot of mistakes that could be avoided. We definitely need mentors.
So, quick question: you think that the OGs that have been in the game and left the game, do you think they left like a blueprint? That they left a solid blueprint for the newcomers or not?
I think that for sure. I think that there are OGs who real OGs. There are real OGs who left a solid blueprint on how to win. And I don't mean like, oh, no, I mean like really how to have top tier dogs and how to create your own blood and how to make it work out for you. Yes, there are definitely OGs who did that. And on the same topic, there are OGs that call themselves OGs or other people do that is just
Make no
not right.
sense. Understand. A top tier stud in the exotic world. Explain that.
Top tier stud in the exotic world is a dog that is producing what you want. You want a healthy dog. You want a dog that's put together well. You want a dog that has all the features, all the bells and whistles. You know what I mean? That is a top tier dog. A top tier dog is not only a dog that gives you a beautiful look, it gives you a healthy dog. You know what I mean? It literally gives you a well put together dog, a dog that you know you can rely on for years.
So, all right. We're not gonna act like it's not an issue too. Like, people like a lot of people when they see exotics right off the rip, they just say it's not healthy and all kind of dog is shrink, is organs, all kind of crap. So
Mhm.
explain like what's the lifespan of a well put together health wise and everything for exotic.
So my female that I started with, um, shout out Ruthless AZ, shout out related through Bullies, Real Right Kennels. That's where I got her from. Real
Hmm.
Right related through Bullies. Her grandmother is off of inbred Ruthless AZ Humpty, and that dog, my bro put her to sleep when she was 13 because she had got cancer. You know what I mean, had stuff on her, and he did what he had to do for her well being. But that dog was, she was exotic, freaky fronts, small, low to the ground, and bro, she lived a very healthy life until she was 13. Like I said, I'm pretty sure, like, whenever you get them treatments and they tell you the options, people weigh them out. You know what I mean? But who's to say if bro would have tried something different? Yeah, the risk was high. You know what I mean? And I get what he did, but if he would have did that, that dog, and she would have survived it because there wasn't a super high. But if she would have survived getting masses removed and stuff, that dog possibly could have lived fucking another 5 years. You know what I mean? Like I've had dogs live a while, another like two, three. So
But you said
I
she
mean,
was 13, right?
yeah. So I feel like these dogs, like bro, people say you shrink them, you shrink the organs, you do this, you do that, bro. Evolution is a hell of a thing, and if you don't understand how it works the right way, you shouldn't get on here and just scream this or that. And that's what a lot of people do. A lot of people see something and know nothing about it. They instantly they're instantly wanting to be negative about something they don't know about. And it comes from other people speaking on it and them just hearing. But if you don't know anything about what you're speaking on, you should do some research on it. Just like if you're going to get into the dogs. I have dogs that run all day long, all day, all day, no issues. I also have had dogs that I had to get surgery on their face, get their nails cut back, get the fucking soft palate cut. Excuse my language, but it literally comes with the dog. You can't put this on exotics and say that because you're not going to go ask an American bully breeder how long their dog survives. When the reality of the situation is, it's all the same shit. Exotics are supposed to be overdone features. They're supposed to be dogs that don't fit the category of the norm. They're not supposed to be genetic disasters. They're not supposed to be crippled. They're not supposed to have as many issues as some of them do. But that comes from breeding the wrong way. If you sit there and you take a dog with as many health issues that it has, prime example, English bulldogs. Those are some of the most unhealthy breeds in the world. But guess what? Those dogs have been around for how many years? And you can't name me how many breeders actually took them dogs and said, oh, these features are so sought after, but it affects the dog's overall health. So let me make it a better, healthier dog. Let me try to change this narrative. If you see somebody walking down the street with an EB, and this EB is 13, 14 inches tall and weighed 25, 30 pounds and had no crazy rope, you're not going to think that's an EB and you're not going to like it. You know what I mean? But
Makes sense.
whenever you see an EB come into the room, it could be a 13-inch EB. But if that motherfucker look like a baked potato with a wrinkly face, you're going to say, oh, that dog, that's an EB right there. You can't sit there. That dog is a dog, right? This dog has been around forever. That dog is a status symbol dog in America. If you don't believe me, you're a fool. It is a status symbol dog back in the day. When people had EBs, those dogs were expensive. You know what I mean? Those are the dogs that people were going around. They're spending $1,000 and up on those dogs. You know what I mean? And this is back in the day.
I know.
So they're unhealthy, but the world loves them. There's no difference because a lot of the unhealthy genetics come from them motherfuckers in these exotics.
I'm gonna say this to you. I know an English bulldog breeder right now, and he told me he make a year he clear $1 million selling those dogs. He been in it for years though, you know what I mean? But he said if he never started with the EBs, he would have never do it again because it comes with so much complications. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Keeping those dogs, breeding those dogs. You know what I mean? Mishaps with those dogs, like those dogs would eat back their puppies. Like he just told me he got so much thing like with that. If he never started out in that breed, like he would not do it again. You know what I mean? But if we think about it, English bulldogs is what give us some of these features that we like in our breed. You know what I mean?
that they gave them to the people who cheated.
Well, yeah, well, that's a fact. That's a fact. You know what I mean? A lot of people
You know
won't
what I
say.
mean?
A
It's
lot
a
of people
fact.
won't
People,
say, but it is the facts, though. Where do you think we get all
yeah,
of that? You know what I mean? From?
it definitely is. But that's why you have two different style exotics. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? That's why there's not a because you had the motherfuckers that have the exotics with the features that were supposed to be what make it exotic. And then you had the people who went and said, "Oh, it's not working for me. Let me add this in there. Let me add that in." Which at the end of the day, did it fuck the breed up? No, if it would have been done the right way and keep happening how it was back in the day, because this been happening forever. It's not like something new. Like you get it, you look at these dogs and they say Bingo is the dad to a lot of historical hitters. You know what I mean? And he was a EB, but he was a nice EB, and he was outside the norm for EBs. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't like all sloppy, big fat over wrinkly EB. No, you know what I mean? He was similar to that EB that I described when I said, "What if you had that dog?" You know what I mean? He wasn't super fucking wrinkly. He was thick, but he had tighter skin for the EB. He had a blocky head, like you know.
Okay, makes sense. Makes sense. So, question: uh, you think that the exotic world they're breeding these dogs too tight? Like, what do you think?
Um,
That could cause some of the problems that we deal with in the especially in the exotic world too, because we know it's like across the board. Like you got one dog that take off, and then everybody want to breed to the same dog, and then everybody have the same thing, and then eventually community is in a corner that everybody breed themselves.
I don't think that they breed too tight. Like I said, whenever you have something, when you have something that's overcrowded and oversaturated, that's what you get. You know what I'm saying? You have a bunch of people where you could look at it and say, okay, all right, prime example, I think Crown has 1,000 puppies. You know what I mean? Maybe like 1,500, but I have more than 1,500 people on my Facebook or my social sites alone that breed dogs. You know what I mean? I have over 200K throughout my social sites, and out of all those people, they all breed. A lot of them breed dogs, and they breed different blood. There's a lot of places where people get so locked into one zone, one demographic. You're not looking at overseas. You're not looking at Mexico. You're not looking at that, and that's things you need to
But,
look at
but
because those are people that take a dog like a crown. They'll take a crown dog over there, breed it to some shit you never heard of, sell a offspring off of that back to the U.S., and that dog don't look like a crown offspring. They'll say, "Oh, there's nothing like him in the U.S." because that dog comes from outsourced blood. You know what I mean? If you're focused on looking at the people who are in the spotlight that their dog is getting bred to almost daily or a couple times a month, and it comes from one group of people, that may seem cool, but that's not what's really happening. You know what I mean? And then there's a lot of people like we're gonna speak the truth. Like a lot of these dogs are paper hungry. there's so many people who will breed to a dog that has
Hey,
fucking no name.
hold on. Yo, if you want to interact with the chat, you have to go to Facebook or YouTube. If you want to interact with the chat, you have to go to Facebook or YouTube. I cannot see you if you're on Instagram. So just let you all know that. So if you all write something I don't if you all write a comment and I didn't respond to it, it's because I didn't see it. So if you wanna join the chat, please go to Facebook or YouTube. One done Gaza Bullet. Matter of fact, it's coming across the screen down there, all the places that you could go. But anyway, continue, Bobby.
Yeah, but a lot of these dogs, like people breed to these dogs, and there's a lot of instances where people will breed to a very nice dog that has no name and hang paperwork off a dog that has a name, and that turns that dog's career into something different. Because, like you said, like people are doing that. But do I think that people are breeding too tight? No. That's like a long way to answer it, but I talk a lot. It is what it is.
Life. But yo, question. When do you think that a stud is like overused? Because it's such thing that a stud you could overuse a stud.
Um, I feel like your stud will let you know when they're overused. If your dog's way of life isn't in the best way at every stage, then you should probably let him relax. Give him that time off. At the end of the day, bro, you're pulling this dog. He not humping himself, so it ain't like you could say, "Oh, he's cool with that." Bro,
Mhm.
you're pulling that shit. You know what I mean? Like, bro, there's a famous dog that died because of that shit. You know what I mean? I know people who bred to the dog right before he died, and the dog's tallywhack was destroyed. And
Mhm.
bro, you like that scumbag shit. I don't respect nobody who do that. Your dog, get good use out of your dog, but respect that dog at the same time, man. You feel me? Like
Makes
you know
sense.
when enough is enough, bro. Don't act like you don't.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Makes sense. Okay, okay. So since we got that topic out there, so yo, where like where could people see Bobby in the next? Because we already know that this jungle situation. Could you explain that? What's going on with that?
So my next show, first off, is the Wow Factor, March 14th. Dayton, Ohio. Shout out James Cosby. He's a Wolf Pit member, so shout out them guys as well. There's going to be some phenomenal dogs in the building. There always is. That show is a locked and loaded show, man. If you're not there, you're a square. I'm gonna say it straight like that. You know
Straight
what I
up.
mean? That show is going to have who's who's of the dog world. I'm not talking about the people because they don't matter in this situation. We're
Hmm.
talking about the dogs. There's going to be real bulls out there that if you run your mouth and you're one of them people that say, "Oh, my dog is this and my dog is that," well, there you go. This is a chance to show it. You know what I mean? The jungle situation, April 4th, shout out June. You know, holds it down at that jungle. That jungle is the greatest show out here. You know what I mean? One of, excuse me, y'all. So I made a post, went crazy, had a lot of people hit me up, and didn't anticipate my female coming in heat. She came in heat, literally, bro. She came in heat, and I just calculated the timing probably like last week, and I'm like, damn. I'm making the appointments because I go confirm her in 3 days, and I have another female that I go confirm like 4 days after that. But they both came in. I did them breedings, and if the one is pregnant, her due date is literally the day of the jungle. So I can't miss that. I have to make it happen. Nobody else will be here to do it for me.
Makes
But
sense. Makes sense.
so if she's pregnant, I won't be at the jungle this year. But in all reality, is it a big deal for me? Hell no. I've been to the jungle a few times already. It isn't like I'm popping out with anything new. I'm not popping out with any new dogs. I'll be if I go there, it'll just be me and Scrunch. You know what I mean? Unless somebody buys something which I ain't really got shit for sale right now. So I'll
Okay,
probably,
okay.
you know what I mean, if I don't make it to the jungle, if that doesn't happen, I'll be at the jungle bells and whistles, walking down every white exotic in the game that thinks they could stand
That's
next
just
to my dog.
hey,
Yo,
yo, that promotion is crazy though. The best white dog, like,
yeah,
how do you came up with like me personally? I
bro,
was like, yo, the nicest, you know what I mean? But you was like
yeah.
on the dot, like white, you know what I mean?
Because so when Scrunch was young, I took him out, and a lot of people seen him, and they all said the same shit. Like, oh, this might be the best white dog I ever seen. This the hardest white dog. Like, there's people that literally I don't like white dogs. I love that dog. Like, there's so many breeders who like real breeders that have, bro. I'm talking about people that bro. I didn't expect these type of quality of breeders to come up to me this soon in my career and say, "You have a dog that's one of them dogs." And
Hmm.
for me, it was just a blessing. And when I started his career, I was calling him Mr. White Gold. You know what I'm saying? And bro, took him out. People were saying that, and I'm like, yo, it's the best white dog out.
Back it up real quick. You created him.
Yes.
Okay, explain
Right
how
here
that
in this
breeding went.
living
Like,
room.
what you was trying to get off of that.
Bro, I did that breeding, bro. This is so crazy. So I got the line bred babe daughter off my peoples. Bro, his stupid ass, he tried to breed her 4 or 5 times. She didn't take for him. Now, mind you, I got the dog when she was a little over 2 years old. So y'all are like, damn, that many? Yes, bro. Since her first heat, bro, dropped like stupid shit. So of course he didn't never had none off her, bruh. I get her, and she was just nice, but she was an alien, super alien, no
Hmm.
bone, no crazy like. She had a thick body, but no crazy features as far as for what you are looking for in an exotic dog. She just didn't have like those super crazy features. But she had that super crazy look.
Hmm.
So I had a takeoff son, and that motherfucker had bone for days. That plays in to where you said that EB. Man,
Hmm.
that motherfucker had bone for days. And he had more of the droopier face with a thick, long ass body, full tail. Not super long, but he was a big dog. And bro, I'm looking at him and I'm like, yo, I could go a couple different ways. Nobody says, and no, everybody like, don't use the white dog, don't do it. And but I just looked at them two side by side because I don't care about bloodlines and shit. Like I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. I've seen it time and time again. You breed two dogs together that should make magic, and it doesn't happen.
It doesn't happen for
So I
sure.
go off of the dog's looks, and bro, I did this breeding. And I'm in my head, I'm like, yo, they both have the look. They both have a heavy pad behind them. The pads don't line up in a sense of line bred or inbreeding, but he's line bred and inbred on his side. She's line bred and inbred on her side. That shit got to do something special for me. And bing, bang, bow, Scrunch Money was born. And not only that, bro, so that litter gave me 5 puppies. I had two females, three males. Currently, I had three up until about a month and a half ago. One of my bros, shout out my brother. You know what I mean? My man 4K, he grabbed Scrunch's littermate sister off of me. You know what I mean? He gonna run her to something crazy, and I get something off of that back. But I have him and his brother. My girl kept his brother. I kept him, and I just got rid of his other sister because she gave me a nice litter. And then I have a solid white brother off a scrunch with a full tail, ice
Hmm.
blue eyes. And the dude who got him was through my uncle, and fucking bro, this dude like went MIA, just disappeared. Him and the
Mm.
dog never heard him, never seen him again. And I was just like, what the hell? But yeah, so the other sister, she's floating around. She's in a good family home. You know what I mean? She was more of like she was the dog that I let go to the pet home. Yeah, I mean, she's living a good life with a nice little old family.
Question: You ever like let go a dog to like to a pet home, and then when you see the dog, you be like, "Damn, I made the wrong choice."
Uh,
Like features, it turned out the dog turned out to something that you was not expecting.
honestly, no. I
Yeah.
haven't done that yet. I can honestly say that. I can say that I've sold dogs, not puppies, dogs. And after I sell the dog to the pet, I'll be like, damn, bro, I could have definitely did something crazy with that. I
Hmm.
could have definitely did something crazy with that. But yeah, they were already grown though, so that don't count.
Yeah, like I did a breeding, my first breeding out the door, and like all them dogs look like right, and I just sold everything, bro. And when one of the customers that sent me back a picture, I'm like, "Who that?" You know what I mean? And they told me like that's a dog you sold me. I'm like, "Oh shit." You know what I mean?
Instant
And
regret.
I offered them up to $8,000. They would never send me that dog. I sold him for 2,500. I was
So let me
mad as
ask
hell.
you something. How old was the dogs when you sold them?
Man, I was so in a rush to get rid of them dogs like 8 weeks. They was out the door
See
in
what?
10 weeks time, bro.
That's your fault.
No, but I'm gonna say this to you, right? It was my fault because they told me Grand Champion Blue, his blood works so slow. You gotta trust him.
Hmm.
And me and you at the door, man. I'm looking for success right out the door. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's
And
a
that's
lot
what
of us,
burnt me.
man.
That's what burnt me. Like burnt me big time. You know what I mean?
So I'm a firm believer in I've had males and before Scrunch I only kept one male and that was the biggest bug. He's right here at my feet. That's my son. You feel me? I love that boy. And bro, excuse me, my apologies. I bred probably like I've bred some beautiful pups and produced and bred some very, very nice ones. And bro, one thing that I can say is that process of learning your blood is so it's treacherous, bro. If you don't have the patience, you will get rid of dogs. Like so for me, I never got rid of a dog that I was like, because I always have. So when I started out, I had partners, and my man's was just like, bro, we were like the complete opposites, and it worked perfectly because he's the reason we bought Scrunch's dad. Without him, we there's no Scrunch today, and bro, he sees what I didn't, and he opened my eyes, and I want to say thank you for that to him as well, because you know what I mean, shit went south with us, but it's still the love is there, but bro he helped my vision a lot because I would sit there and I'd say, bro, you sure this dog is gonna be like that? And he would say, bro, trust it. Just trust it. And honestly, I would have them stories that you asked me about. I
Hmm.
would have that regret if I didn't have somebody like that to tell me, yo, bro, listen, send her over here then. Send them here then. You feel me? And bro, that showed me right there trust the process. Because I'm like, bro, you be picking some ugly fucking dogs, but then they
Yeah.
turn out, and you're like, yo, bro, okay,
Told it.
let me find out you know what you're doing. So I've kept like probably four males. I've kept four males and got rid of them as soon as they hit 6 months. I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. In my personal opinion, if you are a male, by the time you're 7, 8 months, you should look phenomenal. And people can say, "Oh, you're tripping, bro." Listen, let me tell you something. You know those people who hit them spurts during high school, and they're just like they turn into the professional athletes and shit. You can't deny that that's how they grow with these dogs. I don't want a dog that takes a year and a half, 2 years to see the full potential or to see the potential you're going to get because yeah, that dog is going to look different at 10 months than it would at a year. That dog's going to look different at a year than it would at a year and a half. It's going to look different at a year and a half than it would at two and a half, three. But
Gotta show potential.
one thing. One thing that should be a common factor is that dog should look impressive for that age,
Hmm.
regardless what age it is. I don't want a dog that I was interested in buying a stud, and this is what pulled me off the market. I had a few people reach out to me with studs that look really good in pro pictures or as they're get coming up, and the one guy, he sends me the price he wants for the dog. It's a smooth price. He sends me a puppy picture of the dog. Okay, you just said this dog is damn near 2 years old. Why are you showing me a picture of a 7 or 8 month old dog?
Hmm.
And then he sends me the picture of a 2 year old dog. He posts a picture on his regular page after doing something with the dog, and I'm like, damn, that dog looked better in his puppy pictures. He looked like more of an adult dog in a puppy picture than as an adult. I don't like that type of stuff. So I seen why he wouldn't just send me updated pictures, and then I had somebody else send me a mail that just he didn't match any expectations. But the thing is, and these two people that were trying to sell these studs to me, they tried to sell me a dog that should go to a pet home, but they still wanted damn near a good quality dollar amount. I'm talking over 5, 6K for these dogs that I know for a fact that's the only money you're ever gonna make off of that dog. You know what I mean? So for me, like I said, is that slow grinding is not what I want to wait for. I don't want to get a dog that's around that age and didn't turn out yet, and then you see that dog. Yeah, I could regret it when I see that dog in a year and he looks phenomenal. But what does that matter if I had a dog for that whole year that was putting in work, building traction? By the time that dog hit its final pop, I got offspring off of this dog that's ready to be bred. I'm
It makes
moving
sense.
on.
Yeah, cause that like now for me, I kind of learned my lesson from that too. So what I do even with this with my puppy, I keep them to 16 weeks, and it's more work, but I care less. And I mean, I do the work, and
Yeah,
I mean, but from that though, but so question: if you just talking about people sending you puppy pics of dogs and all of that shit, when you know what I mean, how when you shopping for dogs, because it sounds like you do shop for dogs when you really know you need something different, you know what I mean,
yeah.
bring your dog your program forward. So how do you like put it this way, how would you put it, say you're gonna look for the dog, how will you go about it? Like, you want to see video, you want to go put hands on the dog, you
Oh,
want to,
you're gonna hate me.
what you want to
You
do?
hate me. If you're selling me a dog, you absolutely hate me if you're not prepared to go through every step. I'm a bougie client. I will turn you inside out damn near. And I mean, it's a great thing because I let people do it to me. When I want a dog and I really am interested in that dog, I want the bells and whistles. I want to be treated like that. I don't want you to say, if I ask you, can I see the dog? I want you to send what I would send you. I'm going to give you a 360 of the dog. And then before I send that 360, I'm going to take a fresh video of that dog at that moment for you. I'm not going to sell you something. I'm not going to send you a video when that dog was looking good in the middle of a show or looking good after a fresh bath or no, I'm going to show you that dog in that time and space. You know what I mean? I'm going to, hey, FaceTime me. Because you know what? When you video call me, this is what I want to see. I want to see the fronts. I want to see the rear. I want to see underneath that dog. I want to make sure that that dog is in pristine top shape. I don't want to get a dog from you that hasn't been being taken care of. That's the reason I do that. I want to see the dog all around because I want to make sure I'm buying what I want. And then on top of that, 9 chances out of 10, I want to see the dog in person before anything. If you say, send me a deposit so I know you're serious, I know you're not serious about selling me that dog on some real shit because I've had people come to me from across the country to buy dogs. You know what I mean? I've had people bring dogs to me from across the country. And it was never a, oh, you need, the only times that I've been forced to put cash on a dog to hold the dog, it hasn't been what I wanted it to be, and it did not work out the way I wanted it to. Every time that I wasn't put in that situation where people trusted the word and I could trust their word, I've had my best results buying my dogs.
Hmm.
So for me, you're gonna see me because then I want to know what the litter mates are like. I don't care that that one dog came out nice.
Hmm.
I want to know what the litter mates are like because a lot of people you breed to these dogs and you're not getting what you want and you're wondering why, and then you see the litter afterwards and you're like, well, damn, that's why these puppies look just like the rest of his litter.
Mm.
So I don't have no kids, but I could line up three motherfucking boys that damn near look identical. I could line up two girls that do. I could go out in public with my nieces and nephews, and guess what? I could go with the ones that are mixed with white, the ones that are mixed with other shit, the ones that are full on. And guess what? People still say the same thing. Oh my God, I didn't know you had kids. I don't. You know what I'm saying? But that's how the cookie crumbles. You can't stop DNA. DNA genetics is a hell of a thing. I
Most
love
definitely.
saying that to people. Don't ask me, what can I do to make my dog thicker? Genetics are a hell of a thing.
Yeah. I be seeing these these posts and I seen people even in the bully groups asking, "Oh, why I could feed your dog? Feed my dog so when my dog look like yours." Like, yo, you could feed whatever you want to feed. You ain't never gonna look like my dog. You know what I
Never.
mean?
It
Never gonna
ain't
look like
God.
my dog. You show me what you got. Like food don't do nothing for you. Food doesn't let you keep.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? That's about it. But at the end of the day, yeah, I like what you went about that. But so because I know it could get annoying. It really could get annoying sometimes, like especially when somebody. Because even when they send me a message, I'm like, yo, when we're dealing with the money part, we could go text messages so we have records. But
Hmm.
if you want to see the dog, why you can't just call? Like when I tell them, like, yo, just FaceTime me. You could see everything you want to see. I could stack the dog. I could do everything
Yeah.
for you. Most of the time, they just want to see pictures. I just never understand that.
I'm gonna be honest. That's why I said, like, bro, I can be hell for somebody who's not serious. But if you are serious and you know that you have what you're selling, you're gonna love me. You know what I mean? Because, bro, I'm gonna FaceTime you and see that dog. I want to. You should want to. I don't want a picture. I could send you a million pictures and then you come see that dog and it's not what that picture portrayed it to be. If
Hmm.
you call me on FaceTime, even if you say, oh, he looks a little taller than I thought, and I smack a water bottle beside the dog or a paper towel roll or a PlayStation, a TV, whatever, you have a size comparison in your head now. And it's happening live direct for you. I'm talking
Hmm.
directly to you. You can ask me any question. If I turn the dog to the side and I stack him in a proper position and you say, hey, his hock looks a little stiff right there, or his stifles look a little stiff, like what's going on with that? What is the problem? Oh, I see his pad on that side looks like it sits up. What's going on with that? Oh, I see he got little marks on his tail. Does he scrape? Does he chew? Oh, it looks like he got a mark right there. Oh, it looks like his tongue hangs out a little bit. Oh, I didn't see that in the picture. He got slack jaw. He got raw jaw. That dog has a slight under overbite. You know what I mean? You get to hear the dog. You get to see how it breathes. You get to see how it maneuvers. You get to see how it lives. You shouldn't be mad, right? If you ask me for $5,000, $10,000, and I say, well, let me see how the dog lives, you shouldn't be mad at that. That shouldn't make you feel no type of way. Listen, that shouldn't make you feel no type of way. This is
Yeah.
just these two, and then the ones on the couch. That
Yeah.
shouldn't make you feel no type of way that people want to see how your dogs live. If I go in there to where they sleep, beds, blankets in their drop cages, and they're in big ass, bro, my drop cages are 48 and 52 inches. You know what I mean? My dogs are small. My big dogs don't go in no drop cages. And
Hmm.
bro, the drop cages are literally for bedtime. People say, listen, you need to have control over your environment. And I'm gonna tell you what right now, that's a big part. Whenever I want to buy a dog, I want to see how they're living. If you can't show me how your dog lives, I can't trust nothing you're saying. You could
Most
tell me
definitely,
whatever you want, but I want to see that shit. I want to see the proof.
most definitely, most definitely, most definitely. Yeah, I like the way you're going about that. But question: so most people don't even have the space for these dogs, right?
Hmm.
Like, like when I tell people, like, hey, I got almost 2 acres for these damn dogs. Those are, oh, that's too much, right? How do you because not because the dogs are small, they still need space to
Hmm.
go out. When is too much for dogs? Or when you got too much dogs, how space wise, how do you define that?
How do I define the amount of dogs to
Yeah,
space
according to
that's
your
too
space.
much?
Yeah.
So if you live in an apartment, why do you have more than one dog? Why are you trying to breed dogs? Yeah, I mean, my idea of space is to the amount of dogs you have is all about how you could care for them and how you handle it yourself. Um, if you live on your property, someone like you or somebody like me who has a space, we could easily put up a building that houses 50 dogs and be like, they're taken care of good. They have enough space. At the same time, I could have 5 dogs in that situation and say that. You know what I mean? But then um if I have if I'm in an apartment or I'm in a little house or I'm in somewhere where them dogs don't have adequate room to move around and do their due diligence, then how can I say that any dogs are proper for that? You shouldn't be breeding in them situations. That's one thing I do not like about the exotic community is a lot of these people are borderline puppy mills. You have 5 dogs in an apartment and they're living in cages. That's not a setup. Don't say, oh, this is my setup. Your dogs live in them cages. They're cages, bruh. That's not a kennel setup. That's not a proper way to house your dogs to where you could say boom, 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 and then people will really argue and say, how can you tell me what's proper? How can you tell me what's right? Go lock yourself in the bathroom. Literally, go lock yourself in a bathroom and close down the height of that bathroom to a couple inches above your head. Close down the sides of that bathroom
I think
to a couple inches around your arms.
the thing about it though, Bobby, they know, they just don't care because they understand most
They
of these people
don't.
been in cages before too. Ain't like we never went to jail, prison.
And they still don't care.
Don't care.
That blows me. That blows me. It
Hmm.
blows me. If you can't care for these dogs properly, bro, that is how you know that you have too many dogs in your space. If you have to put that dog in a cage all day, or you have multiple sitting in cages and you do this and you do that, that's how you know you got too many dogs. I can't tell you the amount of dogs that you could have in your condo if you could take care of them all the right way. You know what I mean?
Me
But
personally, if like me, I got 6x5s for each dog, and they got the yard to run. You know, I mean, you got a big 2 acre fence then. But at the end of the day, me personally, I just think if I can call all my dogs and they come to me at the same time, like I could create a pack, bring all of them in at the same time. I don't have control over them. That's when I got too much dog for me. You know
yeah,
what I
if I
mean? If I
can't do
can't,
that,
if I can't say, hey, cage, you know what I mean, or go inside the house or something like that, I can't direct like each dog. Too much dog for me.
yeah, you should be able to definitely direct traffic.
Yeah, you got to be able to direct traffic. Like my dog, if I say cage, you know, everybody know where to go. And if I say
Hmm.
go upstairs, you know what I mean, we ain't gonna have 2, 3 dogs going upstairs. Like the one that I tell to go upstairs will go upstairs. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm. Yeah, I'm cool. But that's how I am. See, we be like it's bedtime. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
My dogs know when it's bedtime, they know exactly where to go. They go in their kennel, they wait for their treat, they get their treat, they curl up, sleep through the night. You know what I mean? Bright and early, that sun busting out, they up and at 'em. Whenever the weather's nice, we're outside 7 o'clock in the morning. You know what I mean? Like I try to like during the summer, we're out there dumb early. But with the kids going to school around me and stuff, you gotta be mindful of that. I don't want people, the kids be going to get on the bus right in front of my house. The dogs start tweeting. I don't want the kids. Oh, you know what I mean? So
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm mindful of that. But bro, we get up and get to it. You know what I mean?
Makes sense, makes sense. But yo, we want to talk about that famous video, Bobby with Scrunchy. That famous video, man, that went viral. Like what he was thinking when he was he was just hyped up that day. It was like, hey, I'm gonna make a video that's, you know what I mean? Was that video meant to make the reach that it made?
Yo, listen, let me tell you something. I got a water right here. That video was regular. That was literally, bro. Listen, I told you I ain't got kids.
Hmm.
You got kids?
Yeah, I got four.
Okay, so look in your phone and look at the crazy ass faces you make with your kids. Look at the insane videos y'all do, and
Hey,
look at you just being a dad. You feel me?
the thing about it though, I'm gonna say this, right? I got a phone here. That's, it might sound bad, but bro, in my phone, dog, cars, no kids.
Bro, that's how. But for me, it's all dogs, and it's like, bro, we'll be in the middle of doing something fun as hell, and bro, I'll do a video. I'll take pictures, and it's just hilarious. It's funny to me. These dogs, bro. When I tell you, so what happened was I did a video saying Happy New Year's to everybody, and this fucking guy takes, excuse my language, bro. I can't help it.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
guy takes it up on himself to troll me. And man, he's talking about my dog in a way I've never heard. And boy, it triggered. And I just let it be known, like, yo, you can talk about me all you want, but you ain't gonna talk about him. Like that shit was a statement. Like, no, you are not gonna violate my son today. And that's really what it came from. And bro, I'll post a video and bro, I forget who called me. They're like, yo, have you been on your page? Like, yo, you're going crazy. I'm like, what? Bro, I opened my page. I'm like,
Yeah.
what the hell?
You,
Like, bro, I was just shocked. I'm like,
you
what
know
is happening right now?
that video is still making the rounds too. Cause I seen it on
Yes.
a page. I know because you was you made that shout out for me, and but it keep popping up on my page, and I seen that in a couple of the dog pages too, and I'm like, yo,
Yeah.
this shit crazy. Like I was wondering, what was it like? Because the aggression behind the video, like you was mean with it, like yo, and Scrunchy was just there, just like taking it all in, not
Hmm.
moving, not doing nothing. It was like, I'm like, damn, man, that's
So
crazy.
that's like literally Scrunch's famous style.
Yeah.
Like, bro, Scrunch, he doesn't move. You stack him up, and people love to say, oh, "I bet he can't walk. I bet he can't do that." Bro, I put a video of him running across my yard. You
Hmm.
know how many people commented on it and said nothing like that? They couldn't. What can you say when the dog is doing everything you think he can't?
You can't.
You know what I mean? And bro, he's just like, yo, people think like, oh, you're trying to make him look so tough. No, Scrunchy's hard. He's hard as a that motherfucker. He wake up, eat a box of nails, and follow it with a gallon of gasoline to wash it away. Okay, he just bit me 2 days ago. He just bit me because I tried to fucking clip his nails. You know what I mean? Like, yo,
Yeah,
Scrunchy's a gangster. You can't tell him he's not what he is. He came out the womb with that shit in him. I didn't make him like that. He's a menace.
yeah,
Scrunchy literally is that guy who has a low growl. His growl sounds like a damn hummingbird. It's not even intimidating, but you gonna hear it all day half the time. He's weird. He's nuts. You know what I mean? He'll walk up on you. He'll bite you. He'll run at the gate. He'll antagonize the world. He's that guy. You know what I mean? That's not me trying to make him look like that. That's his face.
Yeah,
He doesn't want you in his face. He doesn't want you. There's one person, okay? If you're not my wife, Scrunch don't want you loving him. If
yeah.
it's her, he don't do it to me. He'll walk up to me and snort in my face and walk away. He
Mm,
goes up to her and he's licking on her, trying to nibble her chin, bringing her toys. He just loves his mama.
yeah,
That's what he does. He's a gangster.
that's what's up.
That's not me. That's him.
That's what's up, man. But yo, but yeah, that video, crazy, 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 crazy. Matter of fact, I think that's how I came across your page too. Yeah, that's how I came across your page, man. And I'm like, yo,
Yeah.
this like even I was showing my wife that he was like the dog does not even moving, like the aggression
Mm-mm.
behind it. Like I'm like, yo, that's dope, dope. You know what I mean? But
Scrunchy is definitely he's a one of a kind character. He made it.
yeah, that's what's up, man. But so you say you got no new dog to pop out yet, so this litter is very anticipating then for for uh for the movement.
Oh, hold on now. Hold on now.
Talk to
The
me.
litter is very anticipated for a movement. These
Okay.
next few litters, we have a few litters. So I'm gonna break it down to you, okay? We just bred the Bully Camp Crush to a half bull, half amazing daughter in a chocolate tri-merle suit. Okay,
Hmm.
we're taking a scrunch daughter to Gotti. That's going down in about 2 days. Live in person breeding. Okay, we bought we have a lilac tri-merle right now. We don't know what we're doing with her, but when we announce that, that's a banger. Okay, we got a crown credit paid in full, tri-state paid in full, and we have about 15, 20 females. You know what I mean? All quality, all caliber.
Hmm.
We got a lot of shit that we got going on that we interested to pop out, but I don't bring my females out. You know what I mean? I'm not that guy, but let me tell you something. These breedings is highly anticipated. But shout out now over at local bullies, you know what I mean? Located in Atlanta right now. He has an insane scrunch son. Insane. That will be making his rounds very soon. Lilac, blue eyes, very short, very freaky, wider than the outside. You hear me? Scrunch means damage blood. He'll be out soon. He's 8 months old right now. Let me tell you something. That boy, he's special.
That's what's up. That's what's up. That's what's up. So so the first litter that I bought at the drop is the one they say coming out around the jungle time, right?
Hmm.
And that one, like, what you expecting off of that?
Oh, bro. Phew. That is, you know how they say don't put all your eggs in one basket?
Hmm.
That is all my eggs in one basket. I don't care. That breeding right there, if I'm able to do what I feel with that breeding, it will put me where I've been trying to be. As far as my program, I did this breeding specifically for one dog specifically. And if I get that dog,
It's a
if I get
scratch.
that dog, uh if I get that dog, yeah, yeah.
That's what's up. That's
And
what's up.
if I get that dog, Scrunch will be specifically for in-house use unless you want to pay 5K or better to breed to.
Okay, okay,
Yes,
okay, okay. Question about how much kids you think Scrunch have on the ground right now?
bro. So I started breeding Scrunch a little over a year ago now. Um, damn, I think he has 20.
Okay, okay, mm, okay.
Yeah,
So
we had a gap where I couldn't let people breed to.
Well, it's kind of exclusive right now, or you just
No, he had so I mean fuck it, it's not something that like Lola, if you do that, you're getting bopped. You will go sit in the cage. You better not. Um he had caught a crazy infection, you know what I mean? And bro, it just yeah, you know what I mean? It was just like I thought it was over. You know what I mean? I thought it was over for my boy. And
mm,
bro, just I don't know what the hell happened. Like bro, we went in um bro, it's just like I don't know. It really like I put him away for a while. Like he's good. He's good. He's good. He's good. You know what I mean? Like he's good, but yeah, you know what I mean? My boy was almost you
yeah,
know,
that one hit close.
yeah, bro, and I was just so scared. Like I was like because there's so many different things that could happen in the environments you take your dog. And bro, like people always say, I'll pull up, do a breeding and I'll do this, I'll do that. And bro, like I don't know, he caught an infection somewhere. Like his shit came out and bro, he was like yiked up, horny, you know what I mean? And it hit the ground. Bro, it just gave him a crazy infection. Like it was like a UTI times 10. And
Mm.
bro, we did thousands of dollars in testing. Like, testing at a vet is so goddamn
Whew.
expensive. But
Mm.
bro, I did blood, urine, different templates, fucking x-rays, sonograms, all of that, you know what I mean? And bro, they're like, he's good, you know what I mean? They gave me multiple antibiotics and shit, and bro, I just like,
Since we're on that topic, break it down. Care for these damn dogs, how expensive it is.
oh my
Break it down.
God, bro. You want to talk about expenses? So for every one dog, I spend about, uh, I'd say for one dog, I spend around 3K a year at the vet. You know what I mean? That's one dog, and that's regular vet care. Now, when I say that, I say it regular. Like that's just checkup visits, um, getting the um proper things for flea and tick season because I'm in where I'm at, we have like a lot of different wild animals that move around. So it's not as crazy as the country, but we still deal with like ticks, deer ticks, we still deal with Lyme heavy out here. We deal with the rats that run through, raccoons, skunks, they bring fleas all crazy and other things, you know what I mean? And then we have a lot of fucking stray cats that carry it stuff. So you gotta definitely make sure you're getting them like everything to prevent all of that. Um, checkups, you know what I mean, just stuff like that. So then you gotta figure you gotta license your dog in Pennsylvania. Every dog you own, it doesn't matter if you're a kennel or any of that. Every dog you own in the state of Pennsylvania has to be registered with the state of Pennsylvania. That's fucking that can run you depending what part you're in. That can run you $20 to $60 per dog.
Easy, like 60, $67 where I'm at.
Hmm.
$67, and they want that chip too.
Yeah, they want that shit. They don't play like they will make all kind of moves. So, regular vet visits look at around 3K per year for a dog, but that's regular like just maintaining, and that's also like if you're really making sure that the dog is cool. You know what I mean? That's just shit like that. But emergency visits, I've spent upwards of 5, 6K on an emergency visit. Um, it's man, you got an emergency, you're going to be spending some money. But
Hey,
these dogs are expensive, man.
I'm gonna tell you this. I made an emergency visit. What my dumb ass did wasn't I wasn't even thinking about it. I say I was new, so I didn't know. My dog, there was a neighbor's dog, right?
Hmm.
Dog went into heat. Me personally, this is my first dog. Didn't know, right? And neighbor's dog went into heat. My boy stopped eating, man.
Got a headphone cover.
My boy stopped eating, and I ran to the vet with him. And when I went to the vet, man, these people charged me $800, man, just to see me to tell me like ain't nothing wrong with my dog. Go ask me
Yeah, bro.
if I have another dog in heat near him. That's why I'm like, what are you talking about? But my neighbor had a Rottweiler, and that's how I found out. But that's the only emergency visit I ever made that whacked me real good. Yeah.
Bro, them motherfuckers, they don't play. Bro, they'll tell you, you gotta give us $500 real quick first.
Over the
Bro,
phone.
I had a dog in my car. I thought that bitch was to die at any second.
Hmm.
Them motherfuckers wouldn't even bring the dog through their doors until I
Until
gave them $1,000.
they depart. Yep. Man,
Yo, they do not play. And you know what? That's how I know they don't really give a fuck about your animal because it's an emergency. If you worried about the amount of money real quick over helping me out, I can see if you fix the dog up and then tell me, oh, you can't cover it, we gotta send it to a rescue or some shit. I'd rather you tell me that than be like, I ain't gonna see the dog because you don't have the money right now.
yep. Yep. They're quick to tell you that, you know what I mean? But they're also quick to tell you they will
Hmm.
fix your dog and it's for the better off of you for the dog community. You know what I mean? They will tell you all of that. But if you have an emergency with your dog, you gotta drop that deposit, man. I remember like when I
Yeah.
called like the vet that I used to deal with, if I need to get my dog seen and I
The
call them
lighter
up,
right
they
there.
want to deposit over the phone. They need that.
Yeah. I
Well,
got a vet right now. They're like that. If you call and you schedule an appointment for more than one dog, they need a 50% deposit of whatever they feel like your visit's going to
hmm and that's crazy, man. That's crazy. But then when you try and tell me about the better off the dogs and all that, I think these dogs too. These vets once they find out you are a breeder, that's when all the problems start with them. You know what I
be. It
mean?
is, bro. I was going to a vet. Everything was good. I dropped my first litter of puppies. My appointment was Wednesday at 11 o'clock. Called us. We had it on a paper. Showed them the proof. They told us our appointment was Tuesday at 9:30. When we got there on Wednesday at 11, they tried to reschedule us for 2 weeks out for the puppies' first shots and for their overall health checks and everything certificates. They were supposed to be leaving. Um, every single puppy was sold out of that litter. They were supposed to be leaving in the next 4 days. I was literally just waiting for that. Everybody was scheduled for that. They did the appointment that day. Checked the dogs over. Gave me all my health certificates. Called me. T- called me 30 minutes after I left there because I live like 15, 20 minutes away.
Fucking shit.
You hear me?
It's my side. Fuck. Hold on. Come on, man. Damn. I know you hear me, but I can't hear you. Like something going on with my computer right here. Hey, yo, Bobby. I gotta end this interview with it messed up. But anyway, yo, intro yourself, man, and let people know where they could find you, how to get in contact with you. You know, you got some fire ass letters coming, and
Hey,
you
it's
know what I
Power
mean.
Play Bobby, man. You can follow the whole Power Play family on Instagram. You know what I'm saying? You got me, Power Play Bobby. Scrunch has his own personal page at I am Scrunch. You got Power Play Jazz, Power Play Dub, Power Play Charleston, which is Power Play 50, Still City Smiley. You know what I mean? Bruh, Facebook, Bobo. Hey, I'm located in Pennsylvania, hardest white dog. It's not up for debate. We shaking tables. We got crazy litters coming up. You know what I mean? We got Crush, Gotti, and Scrunch all dropping within this close to each other. So hey man, I appreciate you, Don. You know what I mean? Shout out to Don Gaza Bullies podcast. We lit, baby.
Peace out. All right, see, we just ended the interview with Bobby from Power Play Bullies. You already know it's your boy Dan Gaza from the Dan Gaza Bully Podcast.